technological robots. The battery emoji in 2020 skirts the line between a picture of a battery and a picture of a picture of a battery, the charging symbol thing. But we'll always use batteries, and maybe we'll still recognize the cylinder kind for another decade or two. I think the polarities are a good inclusion. That's a plus. That one isn't. We should keep it looking like a real object for now, and Facebook made the best one. Sometimes you place your bet on the wrong tech, like assigning an emoji of the mini disc and then registering it in 2015? Hey, they might make a comeback, but to most people this looks like a CD album with no booklet and a little special edition sticker. I think that's how it's used, to represent an album of music. I'm not going to pretend CDs are going to stay that relevant, but you know, a bit. I think Microsoft have really ran with that and are trying to show the common household decoration, the gold record. SoftBank and AU, of course, have more history to chart with this. I'm not going to reward things for being inaccurate to mini-discs, but if it lends well to the CD interpretation, then it might actually get used. And Apple provides the best of both. The floppy disk is similarly outdated technology to most people, but it got more reach in its time, and it's been immortalized as the save icon for when you want to save files of under 1.44 megabytes. Apple's is one of the other transformers. Hey, Capacity, do you have that file? I have part 1 of it. OpenMoji, don't know what they're on about. Messenger's clippity thing is on the wrong way around, but those always tear off anyway. I like WhatsApp, that iconic blue shows a bit of whimsy, but not too much. Now, the naked disc. See, that's why I like the mini-disc one, because it looks like it's properly in a case and not just left around the house the way your ex did that made you really anxious about it getting damaged. How's your ex doing, anyway? Oh, no, I shouldn't have asked. It's gotta kinda have that shininess without blinding us. LG made a really nice design, but then lost confidence in it and had to label it. Samsung's is a skateboard wheel. HTC's has the trans flag. Yeah, trans format. I'll just have to go with Joy Pixels.
You wouldn't copy a DVD emoji.
It's hard to distinguish a DVD from a CD visually, so I guess going for this golden idea is reasonable. Several of them this time have put in the text, probably to actually distinguish it, and because the logo for DVDs is a bit like that, and WhatsApp's is reasonable. A steampunk CD is called a gear. There's no animated one. Emoji has a little mark on it so it can remember where it started out. Go for Facebook. The calcu. Oh, there's no actual calculator emoji. It's in Unicode, but it's not an emoji yet. That doesn't add up. I'll have to go with the abacus. There's multiple cultures to disrespect here, like the geeks, Greeks, the Chinese, and the children of the 1940s when this was last considered a reasonable child's toy. If you scrutinize the number of beads per line, that makes you an abacus reviewer. Apple's is good. Control knobs. I'll review those now. Without much range in portrayal, though Apple and Google don't use enough degrees of the circle. You see, that's legitimate criticism on Mixed Emoji. Please subscribe. If you look closely at something, you'll find new boring problems, and Facebook did best. The level slider is the Christian rock emoji. No, seriously, apparently. I guess it's a crossfader. You see, crossfade, like when you crossfade something, but with the word cross, because... Actually, decibel sliders don't usually look like this. The slidey parts are tall, not wide, and though nobody's really reflected that, OpenMoji gets closest. I so almost split the sound tech emojis into a separate episode so I could do another song episode, but there's very little to comment on and it wouldn't match up, a case of diminishing reverb, especially considering how shallow my emoji appraisal has gotten these days. It'd go like... My other concept for a sound episode was parodying ASMR, but it's very difficult to do it insincerely without being just as tedious as ASMR itself and turning somebody somewhere on anyway. Facebook. So I'm glad I didn't do that. This page looks like every emoji except for apples has just had a good idea. Well, Facebook and LG actually have theirs off. Maybe it's power saving mode. I guess those that seem to be on don't exactly make sense because you can see their screw connection and it's not screw connected to anything. But let's just let them have this one, specifically joy pixels. Nearly every tech emoji represents something you now just use your phone for. The traditional flashlight isn't gonna compete with phones until they make one you can play Snake on. When it shines downwards diagonally, it's a bit like a rocket taking off. You're better off with joy pixels. Can't be bothered to do the loudspeaker. If you liked this video,